all the drivers, getting notes down, and he told, and it's Luis Lanz gets the win and moves on. But like I was saying, his spotter probably told him, hey, the winner moves on to the grade 8. Luis Lanz coming in with a nice flex into that first outer zone.
Oh, here we go.
Transitioning into outer zone 2. And it looks like he is ripped up as he's going to outer zone 2. And Luis Lanz with that Corvette is his car as he's going to outer zone 3 and then transition to outer zone 4. Great job from Luis Lanz. A little bit of flirting with that outer zone and gets that inner clip. Luis Lanz in the chase. Lee Yearwood in the lead. Lee Yearwood coming out here.
Here we go.
RB power. Wins our first outer zone. Mixing it. And now Luis Lanz is going to try to dive in and get a good proximity on outer zone 2. Massaging that front tires so he can get to that pocket. Does a great job using that left foot brake to use that proximity as he is transitioning to outer zone 4. Great lighting off of the tires from Lee Yearwood. And Luis Lanz is able to be right there on. Here we go. We got a decision here. And it looks like Luis Lanz gets the win and moves on. And there it is. Hey. He's holding hands. And that's not OSHA, Luis.
You know, being able to see the driver's spec. Oh, yeah.
Going to be leading Salvio Silva. They are familiar with each other and their driving styles. Here it comes.
All right.
Great initiation. Going to the second outer zone. Able to fill it out. Use some left foot braking to pivot his car around and float to that reference point. Now he's going to get to the outer zone. Salvio's doing a good job keeping the proximity. Falls a little bit behind on that transition so he can get back into the pocket of Luis Lanz as he is completing the rest of this lap. Here we go, Luis Lanz versus Salvio Silva. Salvio Silva coming into the next initiation, flirting with the first outer zone, transition outer zone 2, and it looks like a spin out of Salvio Silva. Was there contact made there?
got two gentlemen here. Make some noise for your winner, Luis Lanz, getting first place And an absolutely heater pulling in second place, buddy. Congratulations, Tyler Hess. What an amazing show from everybody out here. Trials and tribulations from everybody coming out here. But please make some noise for these drivers. They put their heart and soul into this. Here you go, buddy. Congratulations.
He says a little chill, Wills. He says he's going to back down a little bit, maybe take a little off that stank. Meaning going for it, but here we go. So Luis Lanz into that first inside clip. He said he's gonna take it down, but I don't know, man. He is squirrely in that chase position. Now coming into that keyhole. Lanz exiting out. The collision careers of Wills. Let's not live up to that name. And now we are looking at Lanz and Wills. Let's see him coming down the hill. Again, zero chill Wills. Just keep that name going, because I don't know, brother. Got that nasty habit. I don't think it's nasty. Oh, you nasty, girlfriend. Here we go. Up in that second, into the third. Lanz takes a tighter line. And Lanz just barely taps. Okay. Lanz now comes down, transitioning through. Good placement. Again, a little tight. He's got talking about. Oh, and look at this Lanz one more time, and Lanz gets the victory. Right. Luis Lanz moves on. And Lanz.
That BMW always dialed. Yep, I'm familiar with it. He's been piloting that Corvette for a few years now, Prospec. So
coming down the hill. Let's see what Brutski's got for Lanz. Brutski initiates. Lanz, I know he's working on his car during the driver intro, so hopefully he's got it where it needs to be. He knows who he's going against, and Brutski fills it. Whoa! Lanz comes in hot, almost overshoots it. Going in outside zone 3, gets off course. Brutski stays course and motors back up the hill. So Lanz, some little corrections.
I wonder if his fixing had anything to do with that or not.
And Lanz comes out of that start chicane, plenty of room. Brutski, you can see maybe just dialing it back a little bit. He knows he's got a pretty good advantage. Wonder what his son, who was a spotter, told him. So coming into that second outside zone, that's where Lanz now looking a lot more comfortable out front. And Brutski, he's got good proximity. Lanz, you see him kind of, that was good reservation by Brutski. You can see him kind of dancing, flirting, and just buffering right there. And then, oh yeah, dropping beats and dropping a victory on which side of the bracket. Dmitry Brutski gets the win over Luis Lanz. All right, Lanz.
al top 16. Estamos aquí con la familia. Esta es la celebración y ahorita vamos a la competencia principal.
His name is Cathew. All right, here we go. So there it is one more time. And actually, look at that.
¡Quítense! ¡Llegó papá!
señores, hasta aquí llegamos. Lamentablemente les pido disculpas que no pasamos. Voy a seguir manejando, voy a hacer otros eventos por aquí, otras competencias para seguir mejorando como piloto y tratar de quitar esos errores. Pero en realidad no me siento mal, creo que manejé lo mejor que pude haber manejado y aprendí y voy a aprender obviamente estos errores para ser mejor y seguir luchando, tratar de llegar a este campeonato el próximo año. Ya pronto vamos a ponerle el supercargador, no tener que estar lidiando con nitro y todas estas cosas, mejorar el equipo. Por suerte conseguimos a James, que es tremendo tuneador y está súper atento y le importa y está con nosotros. Nada, hasta aquí quedamos. Manejamos como nunca, pero perdimos como siempre. Nos vemos en el próximo. Bye.